Hello, welcome to Thai Academy Sessions, and today we are going to see on how we are going to record the accounting transaction or business transaction in a 3-column cash book. Remember that we have 4 types of cash book: the single column cash book, 2-column cash book, 3-column cash book, and the petty column cash book. So today we are going to see on how transaction will be recorded in the 3-column cash book. And mind you that after passing through this 3-column cash book, there will be no need for having another video relating to 2-column cash book, because the concept of the 2-column cash book will be covered in the 3-column cash book, because the 2-column cash book relates to the bank and the cash transaction, whereby also in the 3-column cash book we have the bank and cash transaction. The major difference in that in the 2-column cash book we don't have the discount column, whereby we're going to record the discount allowed and the discount received. So the 3-column cash book is a book which records only cash transaction and not the credit transaction. So the credit transaction will not be recorded in the 3-column cash book. So our question states that enter the following transaction in the 3-column cash book of Paragon Juice Wholesaler, balance of the cash book at the end of the month, and show the discount account in the general ledger. So I'm going to open my 3-column cash book, which will have the date, details, folio, discount column, cash and bank, and here we have the title, whereby the wholesaler or the businessman is the Paragon US wholesaler. So the year, the accounting year is 2022, and our first transaction will be on 1st January, whereby we are having the balance brought down in cash. So we have the balance brought down in balance ya mwezi. So we have the cash and bank balance. So cash tuna 558, cash tuna 500, whereby the bank tuna 600, milioni 6,427,800. So this will be our first entry. Tuna record the balance na hii haina nandi, maana balance tupo tushapewa. The second entry will be on 1st January, purchase goods by cash, by check. Remember that purchases, it means that we are going to debit the purchases account and we're going to credit the cash account, the bank account. So hapo kwenye 3-column cash book purchases tutaweka upande wa credit, because the cash book on the debit side tuna record zote cash inflow au ile ambazo tunazipokea, lakini on the credit side tuna record ile ambazo zinatoka. So be on 2022 1st January. So I'm going to use numbers instead of writing January. So here we have purchases, and hii inakuwa recorded kwenye bank column because tumeambiwa by check. So I'm going to record it in the bank column. So here you have 3 million. So after there we're going to on 2nd January, Jitihada debtor for 900,000 paid the amount due, net 5% cash discount. So Jitihada ambaye alikuwa ni debtor paid the amount due na tukampa cash discount ya 5%. So tukapona mdai 900,000, Jitihada ametulipa. So here we have tarehe 2 January. So 2nd January we're going to record Jitihada who is a debtor. So we're going to record Jitihada, then zake tunaweka debtor ili baadaye isituchanganye, ametulipa. So hii transaction itapewa ni sales ledger control, sales ledger, and I will show you a small working. So Jitihada, so here we will have Jitihada, amount due ilikuwa 900,000. So we give him a discount of 5%. Yeah. So 5% ya 900,000 will be equal to 45,000. So this 45 is the discount amount. So after there, so amount paid by Jitihada will be equal to 900,000 minus 45. So jitihada only paid, kutafutapo difference utapata difference ya 8,855,000. So hii ndo amount ambayo jitihada ililipa. So remember this, here is the discount allowed. Hapo unaweza kuandika discount allowed, while here is the discount received. So discount allowed was 45,000 and jitihada paid only 855,000 and alilipa. So after writing off hii discount 5,500 utaenda kurekodi 495 kwenye Bankola. So the next transaction would be on 3rd January. Sold goods 2,500,000 by check and 1,500,000 by cash. So in sales of goods, and if you sell goods maanake tuta debit cash book maana tunapokea hela. So to do tarehe 3 January sales, and this would be reported in the general ledger. No any discount. Na cash tuliuza 1,500,000, alafu kwa bank ni 2,500,000. So that it is. Inafuata tarehe 4 mwezi wa kwanza, received a loan from Pongezi by check. When you receive a loan manake tumeongeza hela, so we should debit loan from Pongezi bana, tume cash in. So it will be 4th January when to debit the cash account will be loan from Pongezi. Loan from Pongezi ambao tumepokea by check, and this will go to the general ledger by check ambao naenda kurekodi 4,500,000. So 4,500,000. So baada hiyo transaction after transaction ya tarehe 6, paid rent by check. Paid rent by check maana tunatoa hela kwa ajili ya kulipia kodi ya rent. So to be 6 January rents, and this will go to the general ledger. Na hii rent tumelipa by check, so tutaenda kurekodi kwenye bank column. So 387. So after there the next transaction will be on 7th January, bought goods and paid by check. Bought goods manake tumenunua bidhaa kwa tumetoa hela. So here we have purchases, and this will go to the general ledger. So bought goods and paid by check itaenda kwenye bank column. So 1,350,000. So after there we're going to the next transaction which will be on 9th January. Issued a check net of 10% cash discount to Somofaulu ya creditor. So a creditor ambao anaitwa Somofaulu hapo anatudai, sasa tumemlipa, ndio issued a check 10% discount. So I'm going to show a small working. So Somofaulu alikuwa anatudai ambao ni amount juu was issued a check of 10% to Somofaulu creditor for 292,000. So Somofaulu amount juu was 2,292,000. Discount amount, discount kapewa 10% discount. So 10% times 2,962,000, tafuta pa discount utabakia 2,292,000. Like 2,292,000. So after there, so amount paid paid to Somafaulu will be the difference between 2,952,052 minus 200,000. So hapa difference itakuwa 2,656,800. So hii ndo amount ambayo tumlipa Somafaulu after kutoa hii discount. So hii itakuwa ni tarehe 9 mwezi wa kwanza. So tarehe 9 mwezi wa kwanza, amount paid to Somafaulu. So Somafaulu ambao ni creditor itarekodi upande wa credit mart tunaenda kutoa hela. So this will get the purchases ledger. Discount received, ametupa discount ya 2,995,200 and we paid only 2,656,800. So hivyo ndo inavyokuwa. So it's easy. Cha msingi tu ni kujua amount gani tuweze upande wa debit au credit. So the next transaction will be on 10th January. Say paid electricity bill. Paid electricity bill market umetoa hela. So 10th January paid electricity bill. So electricity, this will go to the general ledger. Paid electricity bill ya cash 972,900. So 972,900 ita kwenye cash column. And on 11th cash sales. Cash sales market unapokea hela baada ya mauzo. So tutaenda kuweka upande wa debit. So we'll have sales and this will go to the general ledger. So sales ya 2,000,000 ambayo itakuwa ni cash sales. Sasa nalipa 2,000,000 ina kwenye cash column. So after there we're going to the next transaction. Received a check for 79,200 from Amazon. This after deducting cash discount here. So Amazon ametulipa check ya 79,200 baada ya kutoa hiyo discount. So hapa hamna shida kutafuta, maana tushapewa amount of discount. So to be on 13th January Amazon taiko upande wa debit, maana un debtor na ametulipa. So debtor and this will go to the sales ledger. Discount allowed, tumeallow discount ya 1,800. So amount received after discount 79,200. So hivyo ndo tunavyorekodi. So after 13th you're going on the next date, which will be 15th January. Mwantende debtor paid by check after deducting 8% cash discount from 1,584,000 due to her. So Mwantende ametulipa naye. So we're going to debit Mwantende. So in bracket naeka debtor. This will go to the sales ledger. So when you ukitafuta 8% ya ile amount juu utapata 1,000,007 So hapa sijaonyesha workings, maana tushajua concept ya kutafuta hizi discount amount. So the difference between the amounts would be 1,457,280. So hii workings hapo utaifanya, utafuta amount by using the concept ambayo tumetumia ya jitihada ya Somafaulu. So the next date will be 18th January. 360,000 cash withdrawn from bank for business use. So this is a contra entry. This is a contra entry. And contra entry. So we have two types of contra entries, whereby the first we have the contra entry which is cash from bank, and the second contra entry is cash to bank. So the knowledge of contra entry is that the double entry principle inakuwa completed in the cash book. So kuna kwa tena mna shida kufungua zile ledger, maana ile double entry inakuwa completed ndiko. So cash from bank, it means that we have received the cash. We have received the cash from the bank. So in this scenario, cash from bank, it means that we should debit the cash account and we should credit the bank account. And cash to bank, it means that we should debit the bank account, maana hela zimeongezeka, and we should credit the cash account. So on 18th, cash was drawn from the bank for business, so it was cash from bank. So if we have our two accounts here, kama tuna account ya bank na cash, hapa tunao bank account na hapa tunayo cash account. Cash from bank maana yake tuta debit cash, tuta credit bank. So bank tuta credit 360,000, alafu hapa tuta debit cash maana zimeongezeka 360,000. So hii ndo concept hii, tutaandika bank alafu tutaandika cash. So hivi ndo jinsi ya ku treat cash from bank, and cash to bank will be the vice versa of what I've done here. So on 18th January, this is a contra entry. We should debit the cash account and credit the bank account. So the cash account will be debited. So 18th January, you are going to debit the cash. So here it will be right C. This is a contra entry, and we should debit the cash account. So tutaona cash column, to debit cash account. So 360. Then in the details we write bank, and the same date, 18th January, this is a contra entry. You are going to the bank column, we are going to credit the bank account. So, and we are going to write cash. So that is how we are going to record our contra entry, and most students may confuse this concept. So the other transaction will be on 20th January, both goods by paying check. So both goods tulitoa hela, so this is purchases, and this will go to the general ledger. Both goods by paying check will go to the bank column. So that it is. Next date will be on 2nd January, received commission by check. So received commission by check manake tunapokea commission, so it's an income na tumepokea hela. So will be 22nd January, so we are going to record commission received. Commission received, and this would go to the general ledger. I will go to the bank column, so going to record it. So the other transaction be cash drawings. Cash drawings manake tumetoa hela for our personal use, so tume decrease hela. So 26th January would record drawings, and would go to the cash column. So go to the general ledger, drawings of 180,000. 27th January, paid wages. Paid wages takopanda credit maana tumetoa hela. Paid wages by cash, so 1,522,000. So after there, the last transaction be on 28th January, which says I paid 1,635,500 to Ukenyenge on his balance of, on the balance of 1,144,000, having deducted 4,500 cash discount. So on 28th January, paid Ukenyenge. So Ukenyenge paid, maana tumepunguza hela, paid Ukenyenge. So in our scenario, Ukenyenge will be a creditor, and this will go to the purchases ledger, discount of 4,500. So after finding the difference between the discount amount and the amount due, tutapata difference ya 1,609. So this will be our final transaction, and after there we're just going to balance off our account. So we're going to find the difference between the debit and the credit side, na upande mkubwa ndo tutakuwa nao. So going to balance off. So the discount allowed columns atutafuta balance due, balance D. So After adding the total from the discount allowed column, you get a total of 173,520. So hapa na utajumlisha ili upate total, and the credit side, the discount column, tutakuwa na total ya 299,700. So hizi column utaweka amount tofauti na hamna haja kutafuta balance CD or balance BD. So after there, we're going to add up the cash column. We are comparing the debit and the credit side, and in most of scenario the debit side is greater than the credit side because cash account has a debit nature, but some scenarios the credit side may be greater than the debit side, and there we have an overdraft balance, and in our question we didn't have any overdraft. So the debit side has a total of 4,988,000, and the bank column had 15,927,280. So that it is. So hii total tunaandika na huku. So after there, you are going to find the balance carried down at the end of the month. So on 31st January, balance carried down. So balance carried down, the balance. So here hamna balance, so we are going to add up the cash column and tutaenda kutoa cash column yako. So when we add up and finding the difference, we get a difference of 2,173,600, while the bank column will have a difference of 7,525,480. So that will be the balance in this. So tukienda kwenye next month, so 22nd 2022 1st February, balance down here, there no any balance. Hapo takuwa na balance ya 2,173,600 na have a balance of 7. So that is it. So this will be a 3-column cash book, and through this concept a student may be able to open up to draw a single column cash book, because a single column cash book will only have either a cash column or a bank column also, but the procedure of recording the entries will be the same as the 2-column cash book. So this is a 3-column cash book, and after here you may have yourself a test of trying to open the ledgers from this accounts or entries opened here. So thank you and welcome to another session.